We are live.
Hi,
Hi, everyone.
Friday.
Hi, everyone. I know we didn't give you the heads up that we were going live, but we're live every Friday at 2 o'clock.
Friday.
So, Pastor, what's today's lesson about?
Fear versus faith.
Fear
should we
factor.
worry or should we trust God? Yay!
Yay, we got somebody, we have someone in the room. We made this little countdown, so you guys don't have to, you don't have to watch us anymore while we're waiting for people to join. So
I'm tagging some people, so just give me a sec. Give me a thing.
We will be right back. That's so cool, you guys. I'm so juiced that we made a countdown.
All right,
I'm so juiced about that.
If you're on, say what's up. Say happy Friday. So we want to know who's up in here.
Uh-oh, Pastor.
Even I can tell y'all some of my phone, but still, just say hey.
Hold on. I forgot something for the lesson.
It's all right.
Okay, hold on. Where did I? You want to do a countdown one more time?
No.
I think it's upstairs.
Go get it. So today we're going to talk about fear and faith, and worry and stress, and how those things are not, well, fear and worry and stress are not good for us, and how we should trust God and depend on Him for all of our situations in life. So we know that we're in the midst of a pandemic, and some of us are worried and stressed, and you might be wondering if your teacher is okay or if your parents are okay, but we're going to learn today why we shouldn't stress and worry, but trust God. So we're going to start with the book.
Yeah.
Say, read, first lady, read. Read, first lady, read.
And this was one thing, because I was thinking that maybe you can hold the book.
Yes.
Okay. So this book we're going to read is called It Will Be Okay. Let me see the author's name. This book is written by Lisa TerKeurst. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. But the story is called It Will Be Okay, Trusting God Through Fear and Change.
Amen.
Let me turn to the page because it has several like intro pages.
And this book is awesome because it also has 10 scriptures that you can memorize with your kids. So parents, if you want to get this book on Amazon, you can, and then you can learn. Ooh,
is that gonna be too bright?
It was bright up in here.
Let me change. I can turn this down.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Let me see. Is it too shadowy? Oh, I think that looks good. Okay. In a dusty shed on a rickety shelf, hidden in a cozy packet, lived a tiny seed. Day after day, little seed watched as the farmer came into the shed. The farmer's strong hand would reach into the packet and he would say, I have a good plan for you. Each time he selected a seed. Little Seed knew the farmer was good and kind, but he did not want to leave his home. Little Seed liked living inside the cozy packet on the rickety shelf in the farmer's dusty shed. He did not want to go. In the nearby woods, under the big, tall trees in a comfy den, lived a playful fox. Little Fox raced around the tree trunks in the woods. Yippee! He shouted with glee. But then a long black shadow scared him, and he hurried to hide in his den. He was scared of the dark shadows and the howling winds and rain and most everything. Little Fox liked his comfy den under the big tall trees in the nearby woods. He did not like being afraid.
Oh, don't be afraid. There we go.
Can I see?
Yeah.
One particularly dark night, a storm rumbled into the forest. Thunder boomed, lightning flashed. Rain poured into the little fox's den. Oh no! Little Fox cried as he scurried through the woods, trying to find somewhere safe and dry and not scary. He barreled inside the farmer's dusty shed, bumped into the rickety shelf, and knocked over the cozy seed packet. Little Seed rolled out onto the floor.
Oh, this thing is so bright. There we go. There we go.
A surprised little fox found himself standing nose to nose with a very unhappy little seed. I'm Little Fox and I live in the den under the big tall trees in the nearby woods, he explained. I love to play in the woods, but I'm afraid of dark shadows and howling winds, he said. There are no winds or shadows in your shed. Can I live here with you? Will you be my friend? Little Seed said, do you see a pillow? Do you see a bed? Do you see a place to lay your wet head? No, you don't, because this place is the farmer's shed. But then Little Seed thought of how safe and warm it was inside the cozy packet on the rickety shelf in the farmer's dusty shed. He thought it might be quite nice to have a friend. Little Fox and Little Seed became the best of friends. Little Seed told silly stories and Little Fox made funny faces. Each day when the farmer came to the shed, Little Fox hid away. But the farmer was good, and the farmer was kind, and the farmer was always watching over them, even when they didn't know it. Can you see the picture? Can I see the picture?
Yes.
Okay. Might have to tilt it down so there's no glare. One morning, the farmer came into the shed as he had on so many days. Little Seed, he said, as he placed him in his hand, I have a wonderful plan for you. I've waited for just the right time, and today is the day. Oh no, please no, I don't want to go, thought the little seed. The farmer went outside and knelt down. He pushed Little Seed under the ground, into the dirt, and down to a deep, dark, messy place. Now, Little Seed, this is going to be different, and it might seem scary, but it will be okay. You can trust me, said the farmer. Little Seed wished he were inside the cozy packet on the rickety shelf in the farmer's dusty shed. I want to trust, even when I can't see. But how in the world is this good for me? Little Seed, come back, cried Little Fox when he saw the farmer take his friend away. Where are you, Little Seed? He looked in the front of the shed and behind the shed, but Little Seed was not there. He looked on top of the tractor and under the tractor, but Little Seed was not there. He looked under the duck's wings. He looked in the horse's stall, in the pig's pen, and even in the farmer's boot. He looked inside the dog's floppy ears, but Little Seed could not be found anywhere. Now, Little Fox was really worried. Little Seed, he shouted. Little Seed, he shouted. I'm here, way down in the dirt. I'm scared and I'm lonely, but I'm not hurt, came Little Seed's muffled voice right below him. Little Fox had thought hard for something to say or something to do that would help his friend not be scared, but he was afraid too. It's different and scary to be someplace new, but it will be okay, Little Seed. Little Seed was not so sure, and neither was Little Fox, but the farmer was good, and the farmer was kind, and the farmer was always watching over them, even when they didn't know it. Okay, good. Little Fox stayed by Little Seed night after night and day after day. He was scared and lonely too. But after a while, Little Fox started to see how the farmer took care of him. Fresh water for Little Seed, sweet berries for Little Fox. He wasn't even quite so afraid when he saw the dark shadows or heard the howling winds. Little Fox was starting to believe that the farmer was good and the farmer was kind. My friend, whispered a sleepy little fox to Little Seed, go to sleep. It will be okay. Little Seed sat in the dark, messy place for what seemed like a very long time. But one spring morning, Little Seed felt a mysterious stirring. He looked down and discovered he was no longer a little seed. He was becoming something brand new, something wonderful. He pushed up through the dark, out of the dirt, and right through the ground. And there, looking sleepy-eyed and surprised, was his friend, Little Fox. Little Fox looked down and saw a beautiful green spot. My friend, they each exclaimed with glee. They were once again nose to nose, and Little Seed told silly stories, and Little Fox made funny faces. After many days of fun, Little Seed said, Little Fox, look up and see. It's hard to believe what's become of me. From the messy, dark place, I grew and grew, from a seed to a tree. Only the farmer knew. Together, they made it through the dark and scary time. And together, they each learned that the farmer was good, the farmer was kind, and the farmer was always watching over them, even in dark and messy places. Little Seed was never supposed to be just a seed in a seed packet, and Little Fox was not supposed to be alone and afraid. The seasons came and the seasons went. Little Seed grew into a big, strong tree, and Little Fox raced around his tree trunk, and sometimes Little Fox lay in the tall, cool grass near Little Seed. And the breeze tickled his nose, and the sun warmed his belly, and the good, kind farmer, was always watching over them. Little Seed liked things to stay the way they were. Little Fox was sometimes afraid, but just as they learned to trust the farmer, we can learn to trust God. We do not need to fear. He has a wonderful plan. God loves you and he is kind. And in the end, it really will be okay. Trust this truth in the tough things you face, confusing times in the messy, hard place. God loves you and he is kind. Remember this always in your heart and in your mind.
All right.
The end.
The end.
You want to remind them who?
Give First Lady some hearts. This is It Will Be Okay.
Thank you.
By Lisa TerKeurst.
Yes.
TerKeurst.
Yeah, I got this on Amazon, but I wouldn't be surprised if you can find it like at a Christian bookstore.
All right. So we're about to get out, but I want to shout some folks out.
Yeah.
We're going to shout. We're going to start doing shout out. I see Mary and Avery and Dayana on. Hey, y'all. Tiffany is on. And that's Hazel and Tia and Jordan. Hey, y'all. Jalen Dennis is on. Camden is on. Hey, Sister Dees. Hey, Mama Harrell. Hey, Melina. Oh, I'm not taking the Raider shirt off. Hey, La. Hey, Elder Kim. Hey, First Lady Smith. Ashley. Hey, President Lewis. Hey, Victor. Hey, Pastor Morgan Pegues. Tia Malia.
Oh, you shouting everybody. Okay.
Hey, Pastor Hicks. Hey, Yolanda. Hey, Antoine. All right, invite your friends. All right, let's get into this lesson. I did my shout outs. All right.
Okay, so you did your
All right, so now we're going to talk about the Bible. So who can tell me of a story where a family was stuck in a place because of something going on, but in the end, they made it out okay?
Yeah.
So what's a story that comes to mind that reminds you of a family being in, let's say, a boat, and in the end, everything became okay? Who can answer that question?
Who can tell us?
All right.
Let's see. Did you give them enough clues?
Yes, that's right. Noah's Ark. That is a great story about trusting God during scary and uncertain times. So I know that right now you're not in school.
Right.
You can't really go outside and play with your friends like you want to. We can't go to the movies. We can't go to Chuck E. Cheese. We can't go to our favorite restaurants. And it can be a scary time. But guess what? Just like the book says, everything will be okay because God is our Father. I think we talked about that last week, that He loves us. And so we have to learn how to trust. And so we're going to learn how to trust God today, so that in scary, uncertain times, you don't know that you don't have to panic. You don't have to worry. You don't have to stress, because God is with us. All right.
Okay.
So the story is Genesis chapters 6 through 9. And so if you want to read all of those chapters, so you can read chapter 6, 7, 8, and 9. That's the whole story of Noah's Ark. So we know that Noah had to load up all the lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. He had to load all the animals up around the world because God was sending a flood. And so him and his sons and his wife and his daughters, they all had to go into the ark for 40 days and 40 nights, and they couldn't come out. But they trusted God, even though they were stuck in the ark. All right?
Let's go ahead and read it.
So I'm going to read just a few verses just to give us a little storyline. And it says, this is Genesis chapter 7, verses 1 through 5. Then the Lord, I got glasses.
Got it?
I got my eyes on today. I have seen that you are the best man among the people for the time of this time. So you and your family go into the boat. Take with you 7 pairs, each male with his female of every kind of clean animal. And take 1 pair, 1 male with his female of every kind of unclean animal. Take 7 pairs of all the birds of the sky, each male with his female. This will allow all these animals to continue living on the earth after the flood. 7 days from now, I will send rain on the earth. It will rain 40 days and 40 nights. I will destroy from the earth every living thing that I made. Noah did everything that the Lord commanded him.
Can anyone imagine rain for 40 days and 40 nights? That's about the amount of time that we've been out of school.
42.
If every day, just think about the last day that you were in class with your friends till today, and it was raining, and all of this rain caused a flood. Can you imagine?
And you couldn't get out of the ark. Like, you couldn't get out of the boat. You had to stay in the boat with all of those animals, with your brothers and your sisters and your mommies and your daddy. You couldn't go out to play. You couldn't go out to, there was no cell phones, no internet, no TV then. Can you imagine how just worried they could have been, or maybe have been, being on a boat for all of those days with no Wi-Fi, no Facebook, no Netflix? But they trusted God.
They did trust God. So let's do this.
Oh,
I'm playing with these. Can you guys see those? Okay, so first that's above me. Okay, we got change. So change, you're like, okay, yeah. So we're on change, right?
I can't hear you. Go ahead.
It's reversed. So we got change. Change is like uncertain times, things that we're not sure about, like everything that's going on right now, people getting sick. That's an example of change. Can anybody comment and tell me other ways that they have experienced change, or something that's made them worried, or something that's made them something that's changed?
Right.
Maybe someone's moved away. What else?
That's a good example. Maybe you had to switch classrooms, or you changed grades in school.
Yeah.
Change schools.
Change a school. So tell us some of the things that that you think might be change.
that could make you worried or scared.
Yes, because what we're trying to illustrate is that from change, here we are, it causes fear and worry. So a lot of times when something changes, that causes us to be afraid and to worry.
Right.
But the moral of this lesson, what we're trying to teach you is that with trusting God,
it gets rid of all
of it. Okay, so where am I? Gotta see. Clicking. Okay. So what does it mean to worry? What does it mean to, oh, you're asking me, I'm the resident expert. What does it mean to worry? And we could have parents who can help us with this answer too. If you're watching and you're a parent, what does it mean to worry? Even in the simplest definition for a kid, what does it mean when you're worried? Let us know. Can someone comment what it means to worry? And then I'm gonna tell you guys what it means, like what the definition we have.
Dance break.
Oh,
dance break.
I didn't prepare music.
What does it mean?
Do we have anybody who is who's telling us what it means to worry? Let's see. Huh? Are we still live?
Yeah, I have to go over there. Yeah.
I know there's yeah, yes, that could work. Fearful. That could work. Mm-hmm. Being fearful.
Yeah, being fearful is a big way to worry.
Do we have any other comments before I reveal our answer? We got participants, but it means we need participation.
Come on.
Okay.
Don't be scared.
So, Pastor, you want to read? Or I can read it. Worry is when we are afraid or concerned because we do not know what's going to happen. So that's kind of, it's related to the Noah's Ark story. Noah could have been, we have a good,
yeah, that's good.
Noah could have been fearful. He could have been worried because he had no idea what was going on. He knew what God had commanded him to do. And he knew that it was going to rain, that he needed to prepare his family.
Boat, right?
Yeah, so he knew what God had told him to do, but he could have been fearful and afraid. What was he, Pastor? Was he afraid?
No,
he was not.
Hashtag no. No, you get it? Like no.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I like how you did that. Okay, awesome. Okay, so do you have anything else before we do our little
No.
No? No. Let me just make sure that I got all of these.
Mm-hmm.
So I know we asked you guys to comment about change and things that changes in your life. But can you comment anything that that makes you fearful? Because we can do that too. Noah, yeah, thank you. Mm-hmm. Worry means scared or fear.
Moms too.
Think about something being afraid because you don't know what's going to happen. Yeah.
Yep. That's good.
Being anxious, yeah, for sure.
And it's like a feeling you get. Have you ever gotten like goosebumps? Or have you ever had, we call it like your heart dropping, or you ever had like an upset stomach, or you get a headache, or you might start crying. So fear and worry, all of that, it can have different expressions, which means it can show in different ways. So if you're worried, you may cry, you may get goosebumps if you're afraid, you may get a headache if you're stressed, you may get mad if you don't like the change that's going on, or become upset. But through all of that, we have to trust. And that means trusting God means even though you don't know what's happening or what's going to happen, that you just say, God, we learned how to pray last week, right?
Yeah.
So one of the pieces of our prayer sandwich was questions. Yes. So instead of worrying and getting mad and getting upset and crying and all of that, you just pray and you say, God, I trust you, even though I don't understand. And then you can ask him a question. Say, God, why are we in the house all spring? God, why can't I go to school? God, why can't I see my friends? And then let God talk back to you, and he will. Or you can talk to your parents, or you can talk to your pastor, or talk to someone that you know can help you so that you don't just walk around life with all of this
worried
stress.
About things.
Right. And you shouldn't worry.
And if we tie it back to the story, at the time, Little Seed and Little Fox were both afraid.
Very afraid.
Right? They were very afraid. Little Seed was comfortable in his little tiny packet on the rickety shelf in the farmer's shed, and he did not want any change. He did not want to change. He was okay there. And Little Fox didn't want to lose his friend.
Right.
But what became of him when he just trusted the farmer in the story, but if we trust God, the Father in our lives, what great things could come. Like Little Seed turned into a great, big, beautiful, giant tree.
Yes. So while we're getting our science project, why don't you comment if you trust God, even though you can't go to school, you can't see your friends, you can't maybe go outside and play like you want to.
Mm-hmm.
If you know that everything's going to be okay, just put in the comments, I trust God. And that's for everybody.
Amen.
That's parents and children. Just put, I trust God. I trust God. I trust God. I trust God. All right.
Amen. Okay, so while I just have to get to know what this is. Oh, you want to go like that? I'm gonna ask some of my older kids if you know what this is. I want you to tell me what your hypothesis is for this
question.
All
right. So we're gonna learn what is a hypothesis is an assumption about what you think.
Based on what you know, like what you think is going to happen. So you're going to phrase your hypothesis like a statement.
Yes.
So we're asking the question, can fear and worry mix with trust and faith?
So what is your hypothesis?
So what you think.
Yeah, so you can put in the comments, my hypothesis, HYPOTHESIS. My hypothesis is fear and worry can mix, or my hypothesis is fear and worry cannot mix with trust and faith. Let's see what you hypothesize.
Let's see. We trust God. I trust God. An educated guess. Yes. Thank you, Jalen.
Oh yeah.
That is a hypothesis.
Yes.
I knew that someone who is online would see exactly what it is. So can fear and worry mix with trust and faith? What do you guys think? And then we're gonna have a little demonstration that's gonna help you guys. It's gonna help you guys to remember this. Okay. So for this demonstration, we're gonna put this in the middle. Is that cool?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna hide that. Do you guys remember what our question is? Do you guys remember what our question is?
Give it to him one more time.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. So everybody remembers what our question is. However, if I have that there, then I gotta raise this a little bit.
Well, you can take that. Well, now would be
the question.
There we go.
Okay,
perfect.
It's raised a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for this demonstration, you guys, we have we got some water. I'm gonna move this.
Water.
Put this on here. Okay. And what does the water represent, you guys? Can they read it? Move the water.
Well,
move the water. Yeah, cool. So what is that? What does the water represent, guys?
Water represents trust. Trusting in God is the water.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then I got worried. So this is vegetable oil.
Cooking oil.
Okay. Yeah, cooking oil. So I'm gonna just put a little bit in there to demonstrate this, you guys. Let's see. It's crazy that I got the worry and you got the trust. Okay. Did we get any hypotheses?
Yep, we got one.
Yes, we got one.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. No, it cannot mix with trust and faith. Yes.
Boom. Yeah, that's one hypothesis. So we're going to see.
Hypothesis.
Jalen says, no, it cannot mix. So we're going to see if worry and trusting God can mix. So that means, can I worry about things and trust God at the same time? Let's see if it works. Let's see if we can trust God and worry at the same time.
I needed to get something to stir this.
Oh, yes. We're going to stir it up. Stir it.
I need to get something to stir.
We got another one. All right. All right.
Do you see any good comments?
Yeah, I got another one.
Huh?
We got another hypothesis from Shell. It won't mix. All right. So let's see.
It won't mix. So to demonstrate this, I want to make the water a color. That way it's easier for us to identify if it works or not.
So
let's
the
go.
blue water is trusting God.
Yeah.
And again, that's trust.
Yeah, they got it. Okay. So that's going to represent trust, and it's blue.
All right.
Okay. So me and Pastor, I'm going to represent worrying about things that are out of our control,
Right.
worrying about this virus and getting sick, worried about going back to school,
seeing my friends,
worried about
being stuck in the house with my siblings.
Yes, all of those things. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's see if they will mix.
Let's go. Oh. And sometimes trusting God gets everywhere, so you help your friends.
Okay, so
all right, here we go. We're gonna stir it. We're gonna stir it.
Can we mix some?
Let's see if we can worry and trust God at the same time. Let's watch. Let's see. Uh-oh.
Let's see what happens. Exactly. So it does not work. We can't do both. We can't do both. So you see how my worry floated to the top? It did not mix with the trust that we had Pastor pour in. It will not mix. So you can't have two together. So if you are a kid and you say, I trust God, I pray, I read my Bible, I listen to my Sunday school teachers, I watch Pastor and First Lady on Fridays do the lesson, and I trust God and I have faith, but you worrying, they can't exist together.
Right.
They can't exist
together. They don't go together.
Now worrying, I think it's normal. It's normal as a kid to have worries or to have fears. So that's normal. I think every kid worries about things. Every person worries about things. You guys might worry about getting good grades on your test. Worried about is someone in school gonna like me? Are they still gonna be my friends when we go back to school next year? Or you guys have so many things that you worry about. So that is normal. So we don't want you to feel like you're not supposed to think those things or feel those things.
But when you do, you pray to God.
Yes. So it goes back to
you ask God to help you with your worries and to give you a calm. And then you also talk to your parents. You talk to your pastor or your ministers at your church. You can talk to a grandparent or uncle or aunt and just tell them, I'm feeling worried and I've prayed, but I just want some help. We are all in this together. All right. We are one big family on earth. We're here to help and support each other. So always ask somebody, I'm feeling worried and I want some help.
For sure. And the reason why Pastor and I wanted to do this lesson with you all today is because we know that you guys are not sure about what's going on. We know, even me and Pastor, we don't know what's going on. These times are so scary, and it could cause you to be afraid. And so we just wanted to address the feeling that you might be having right now.
And because you are good boys and girls, your parents might be worried, right?
Yes.
They might not be able to work, or they might be worried about how they're going to, take care of you and work from home. So be good, sweet boys and girls to your parents. Hug them and tell them you love them and tell them you appreciate them, and ask them if you can help them in any way. All right, because that helps your parents not to worry. Do your homework. Get on your e-classes without them having to tell you. Wash your face and brush your teeth without them having to tell you, because that helps your parents not to worry about you, and they can trust God more with you helping them.
Amen, Pastor.
All right.
Amen, Pastor.
So that's it.
That's all, you guys.
Try this at home, but don't use all your mama's cooking oil. All right.
I didn't. Did I?
Go back.
Huh?
All right. And we'll see you next Friday. Don't forget to.
Oh, you waiting on me?
Like, heart, share, start a watch party.
Okay.
We'll see you next
Friday. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next Friday. Hope you enjoyed our lesson, and remember the things.
Trust God.
Trust God. Remember the things we taught you guys today.
Trust God.
Trust God.
Hey! Trust God.
Bye, you guys.